My friends, 10 days to the big dinner. And let me just say, the first to remind you that we are potentially very, very plucked. To Texas Republican Congressman Kevin Brady, who has been watching this clock closely, says the spending does need to stop. But Congressman, away we go and continue going. Do you think in 10 days' time, sir, we're even going to have a deal?
Well, I certainly hope so. It's been said often, failure is not an option. I think that's the case. Look, we're asking $1.5 trillion of real, verifiable cuts over 10 years. And think about this. We're going to spend as a government $41 trillion. So what we're asking for is not a whole lot. They need to do their job. I'd love to have the president pitch in, but we're not counting on him. In the end of the day, we're not going to shut off the automatic spending cuts. They're there for a reason, to force Congress to act.
But then what happens, Congressman, if the president has already telegraphed in no uncertain terms, look, those automatic cuts kick in, I'm going to veto them? Can he do that? I guess he can, but that means the whole thing was a charade.
Yeah, I don't think under this law he can. And the truth of the matter is, he needs those cuts if he wants to have a debt ceiling fight after the next election. Right now, if we don't reach the goal, this debt ceiling crisis is going to reach us as a country in the 60 days prior to the election, something he doesn't want to have happen. The truth of the matter is, again, we're not asking for severe cuts. We think over 10 years, this is just a start. We need to go deeper than this.
No, I agree with you. But I guess a pox on both houses now and both parties, because it seems like there's the potential of a punt here. And this is not really the heavy lifting part. I mean, we're talking about $1.4 trillion in cuts over 10 years. As you know, Congressman, we're still talking about $9 trillion in more debt during that time over the 10 years. So the real hard part is supposedly coming afterwards, and you guys can't seem to agree on what is, by comparison, the easy part.
Well, I think part of that is we really do have two dramatically different visions for the way this country ought to go. Some people think this $1.5 trillion is the end of the world, and as you said, boy, our deficits get deeper and deeper as far as the eye can see, frankly. So one of the frustrations is that out of the $40 trillion we'll spend this next decade, 30 of it is in Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid. And so there's no question that we can't get our financial house in order if we as a nation don't find a way to preserve those programs in a way we can afford them. So,
but we're not going to get this in 10 days, are we? We're just not.
I don't know. I haven't given up hope yet, and there's some serious lawmakers on that committee. So I'm still hopeful.
Okay. Well, hope springs eternal. It is Thanksgiving, after all. Congressman, thank you very, very much.